Sunday morning and I'm going to go for a run with a mate, a nice easy run, and I'm going to wear today, I'll show you, Mach X2, Hoka Mach X2, one of my shoes of the year. It's great for these kind of runs where you want to go easy, but you know, you can pick up the pace a little bit. So I'll be talking a lot with my mate, so it won't be too fast, but he likes to run a bit fast, so we'll probably go up tempo at certain points, so it's a good shoe for that. I'll probably try and do somewhere around sort of 8 miles today, if possible. It's freezing, absolutely freezing. Look at the cars. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I hope you liked the video yesterday of Burgess Park Run. Should try and get another video today of some of the nice parkland that we're going to run through today, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hi everyone, so I'm with my buddy.
Yeah, morning.
Do you want to introduce yourself again?
My name's Sarhan, nice to meet you all.
And we basically just run up a big hill, that's why we're panting, right? And that hill was Baker's Hill?
Yes.
Or, yeah, well, it was, if you live around Hadley Wood, there's 3 hills that go up towards Hadley Common. One of them's Hadley Road. The other one is Tudor Road, is it?
Clifford Road.
Clifford Road, sorry,
yes.
That's when we went up.
Yes, that's right.
And now we're on Baker's Hill. And today we're going to do, I don't know, maybe an 8 miler. And I've got my Hoka Mach X2 on, you've got your Boston 12s?
Boston 12s.
Adidas Boston 12s. Yeah. Actually quite similar shoes, to be honest. I was quite happy when I saw you got them on.
Yeah.
Because they're both shoes that you can up the tempo in. Both fairly, well, I say fairly stable. They've got good grip. Yes. Yeah, both of them. And they've got nice little propulsion. Yours has got carbon rods,
I think it's got the carbon rods.
Yeah, mine's got a nylon plate.
Yeah.
We're about to get run over. No, we're not. So yeah, so all in all, it's a really nice, you see this, frosty morning. It's hard to do it justice. I'll do some videos with the camera. But yeah, we're just having it's been an opportune break this, because we're just absolutely knackered going up the hill, weren't we? So anyway, we'll see you soon. I'll do some videos of the woods, some nice woodland today in Hadley and Trent Park, and then we're going to loop back and end up at the gym. Oh, might get a coffee.
Yeah, I think we need a coffee.
All right, I'll see you later. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Oh wow. So look, it almost looks like snow. Look at that. Snow. It's gone now though, look. Right, so we're now in Hadley Wood, right?
Yes, we are. Heading down to Jack's Lake.
We'll be approaching Jack's Lake, which is a nice spot around here. We'll not go up to the lake though. We'll head on towards Trent Park, which is my running club, not yours, you traitor. Mind you, I'm thinking you might have joined yours before I joined mine, so maybe I'm the traitor. But yeah, it's a bit slippy. So one of those where the leaves have actually frozen. Yes, it's nice. You get this nice crunching sound like this. Let's do some crunching. Look. Can you hear that? I love the crunch. I love the smell of crunch in the morning. So,
good morning, Hadley Wood.
Yeah. So, we've been quoting just then films, right? So, Good Morning Vietnam and Apocalypse Now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
2 great films.
Yeah.
If I had to ask you your favourite war film, have you got one? Put you on the spot.
Oh, crikey, no, I got to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say mine.
Yeah.
Platoon.
Ah, that's the one.
Right.
That's the one. Yes.
Platoon is mine.
Yeah.
And it's mine because it's more than just a war film, right? It's a film about good and evil.
Yes.
And how some people in life you meet are, you know, absolute salts of the earth.
Yeah.
Beautiful people. And then other people you meet in life are absolute scum, toxic nightmares. And in that film you've got Tom Berenger, who plays the nightmare.
Yes.
And William Dafoe, who's our hero.
Yes.
And I'm not going to spoil the film, but things don't always work out the way you want them. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, even a young Johnny Depp.
Yes.
You see a young Johnny Depp. I think it's got loads of people in that film.
Yes.
You just don't, you'll watch it and then all of a sudden you think, I know him. And it'll be like a young version. Yeah. But yeah, great film. Platoon, I think, is my favourite. There's plenty though, like...
Well, it's just the ending in Platoon, that's just... Yeah.
I thought Saving Private Ryan was really good as well.
Yeah.
The way they shot that, so realistic.
Yeah.
So, lots of good war films. But anyway, back to the shoes. So how are yours feeling?
These
The
again,
Boston 12.
the key for today was just having some nice grip,
Yeah.
and they're definitely keeping me upright, which is important.
Yeah. Because it'd be quite easy to fall. Although this surface they've relaid, haven't they?
Yeah.
This used to be a bog running through that orchard.
Yeah.
Right, careful here. And where we just run through, it used to be complete bog every year, and they've just laid some grit, gravel and whatever else down, and it's much better now. So thank you whoever did that. Right, look at this. This is like completely ice here. So let's go either side. Oh, I'm going to join your side. I'll land down in that stream. So if you're running at night, you'd be flying into that river then, or stream rather. It wouldn't be good.
Coming up to Jack's Lake.
This is Jack's Lake. Oh my god, my hands, I've got gloves on, my hands are freezing.
We were down here yesterday.
Let's go and have a quick look. Let's see, we're going to see the lake, yeah? I'm sure you want to do that. Let's see it frozen. I think we might go ice skating. How are your Boston 12s ice skating? Yeah. Mach X2 ice skates. A new multi-purpose shoe for you. Look at this. Right, kids. Do not do this at home. Let's have a look. Oh yes, that's solid. Yeah. Look at this, look.
Just be careful, buddy.
Look at that.
You put half your weight on it, yeah?
Oh wow. I'm actually stood on the ice. Wow. And that's some big lake actually. Completely frozen over. Doesn't happen that often, does it?
No.
Right. Beautiful though. Yeah. All this nature, lovely woodland around us. We're so lucky in London, aren't we? You lead the way then, if you know. I don't really know this way. We're going a different route, one that I've never been before. So does this end up at the pub or not?
This ends up at the pub. Still the same way, they just meet.
Yeah. Okay. We're not going to the pub, by the way.
It's a bit hillier.
Oh yeah, I like this route. So going around the lake.
You're going around the lake and then you're into the woods.
Yeah. I'll go. Ooh. Yeah, I like this. It's good.
And then stop here.
Oh yeah. Over here.
And you're literally
Back in.
back in.
So the nice thing about running, apart from it being slippy, it's like this, is you can see how muddy it would be without this, right? But we can just run over this. It's got to be watch your ankles. But when you're running on this kind of terrain, it's good to have what I like to say soft feet. So don't land too hard. Do your pitter patter, as I like to say, and you won't roll your ankle if you do that. Have nice soft feet.
Well, this is very good in the hot summer months because you get some wonderful shade.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. God, my fingers are going to fall off in a minute. So I'm going to stop recording for a bit. See if I can warm my hands up. Hopefully you've got an idea of Hadley Wood. And you're loving your Boston 12 so far.
Yes, I am, yes.
And I'm loving my Mach X2. I'm not going to swap you, mate, I'm afraid.
No.
But I do like Boston 12s. See you later. Bye-bye. Right, we're now heading into Trent Park. Probably my favourite park in London, actually. Well, So there's lots of nice parts in London, but local to me in London is probably my favourite part. And it's home of the mighty Trent Park running club. Division 1, I believe.
Division 1 and Division 3, yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Yeah. Look at this winter wonderland. Lovely, isn't it? I love it when the grass gets this frosty like this. So, big hopes this year though for Barnet.
Yes.
So what's the full name? Barnet
and District Athletics Club.
Yeah. So there's big hopes this year for Barnet and District Athletics Club to go up again.
Yes.
Get back into Division 2, is it?
Back into Division 2. We've got some good young runners.
Yeah.
Hopefully can get us some good points.
Good young runners. They've been recruiting well.
Yes.
They've been nicking potential Trent Park recruits, like i.e. Alex Gilbert.
Yes.
I'm not happy with you, Alex. When I see you, mate, we'll have words. Runnable Ed's going to sort you.
Oh, there's my wife. Hang on one sec.
All right, cool.
Johnny. Emma.
Right, so we're running down through Trent Park now. So I met his wife and kids. We had to disguise the fact he's been buying more running shoes. So I made a double bluff, didn't I?
Yes.
So she now thinks that he stores running shoes at my house, so that she can't see them. But that's actually a double bluff, because he's got them under his stairs. Sorry. I hope she doesn't watch the video.
No.
But anyway, this is Trent Park. Amazing woodland, nice and firm and compacted today. I could have worn my Tecton X3s actually if I thought about it, with the Vibram grip, you know, the trail shoes.
Yeah.
But might have been a bit too hard for them actually. Oh, careful! Not easy that, is it? Crikey. You see, that's where running beats cycling, mate. Us runners, we're better than cyclists, aren't we? But yeah. Oh God, look at this hill. I hate this hill. So if anyone's ever done Triffic Trail, it's a 10k every year in Cockfosters, Trent Park. You do this hill at 8k. It's absolute murder. And it's often boiling hot.
Yes.
Although this is in the woodland bit, so that's a bit better, but you're really hot and you're going up this hill. Anyway, we were talking about films earlier, so have you got a favourite film?
I think I'm veering towards Platoon. I did find it a fascinating movie, very insightful, but also Apocalypse Now takes the...
That's a great film.
Lots of takes.
So anyone who's listening to this, put in the comments if you've got a favourite war film, or just a favourite film, full stop. It's fine, doesn't have to be a war film. I think my favourite film overall, it's very hard to pick just one, isn't it? But it is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Love Jack Nicholson, and I love that film. The reason I love that film, it's got everything, that film. It's got a dark side, it's got humour, it's very funny in places, and it's so sad as well. One of the best films of all time, in my opinion. So that's my favourite.
See, I always like The Shining.
Oh yes. Another Jack Nicholson classic, isn't it? How good is he in that as well? I don't think anybody could have played that part as well as him. Film. This is our film review version of Runnable. God, I'm struggling to speak now. This bloody hill's still going. But yes, it's good to mix running up with other activities. So I like theatre, film. I'm an artsy guy, even though I'm working tech. I like the arts. Theatre's a big one for me.
And you were at the odd football game, weren't you?
Yes, I watched dreadful Tottenham, but we beat Liverpool, so it's not all bad. You're part of the enemy squad now.
Yes, we are the opposite.
The Arsenal
Arsenal and Barnet, double M.
Yeah. So Arsenal have always been in Spurs' shadow. Sorry, just joking. So Spurs have always kind of been the underdog.
Yeah.
And well, for years, not for older people. And I mean, I don't mean any disrespect by older, but for those who were around in the 60s and early 60s, you'll have known that Tottenham were actually the first team to win the double.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, they were.
And they were the first English team to win a European trophy.
Yes, they were as well. Yeah.
So in those days, it was Arsenal in the shadow.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been for a long time. There was a Pochettino era, where Tottenham were a bit like Icarus.
Yes.
Flying too close to the sun.
Oh, you nearly got there, didn't you?
Nearly got there, and then our wings burnt off. Spectacularly. I still blame that referee in that final. But anyway, the Liverpool fans, Liverpool have always had one over on Tottenham throughout the history. From my brief history of supporting Spurs, we've never done well against Liverpool or Arsenal for that matter. But anyway, it's not a football show, but I do like football. But the arts, theatre is incredible. Sometimes you watch some shows that completely blow you away. I watched the much maligned now Kevin Spacey.
Ah, yes.
And he was incredible. Richard. Yeah, the new Helvik. Yeah. He was absolutely incredible. And now and again you just see certain performances that absolutely blow your mind.
Yeah.
How they can do that, without any takes, cuts, whatever. And then I produce these awful videos. And I'm able to cut the video if I want to. But by the way, I don't often do that. They're often one shot videos. I don't like to spend very long video editing. It's not my thing really. So we're in this area now where they've built loads of flats and houses, right?
Yes.
This one's for sale here. Look. So look. Could buy that. It'd be quite handy to live in Trent Park, wouldn't it? But at the time I was a bit not decided where I thought it was a good thing, and now I actually think it's okay. Yeah. They're starting to look a bit better. The vegetation's growing. They're alongside them, so they've got nice balconies, as you can see. Not too bad at all, really. It's just the brick colour I didn't really like.
Yeah.
But over time, I think that'll look better. Anyway, from this winter wonderland, I think I'll sign off now. See you later. Bye. So I'm back in my local park now. My mate has long since left me. Feeling rather sad about that, so I'm on my own again. But I'm finishing off my mileage, so I was hoping to do somewhere between 8 and 10 miles today. So if I do a quick loop, skiddy, this park, that'll be about right. And apart from then, actually, which was the first time I felt a bit unstable in this shoe, the Hoka Mach X2, it's performed really well. It's been really nice over this crisp, slippy, frosty ground. It's got really nice bouncy energy return. I think it's that dual mixture of PIBA and EVA works really well in this shoe, because you get the nice springiness of the PIBA and energy return, but you also get the firmness and stability that comes with the EVA, and together that gives you that nice kind of stable but bouncy ride, along with the nylon plate
It also helps stabilise things a bit. I feel like I don't necessarily feel the plate that much in this shoe. A bit like with the Neo Vista, with the nylon plate in that shoe. I think it feels like it's there more to add some stability than anything else. But this one's winged as well. It's got a winged plate, so keeps your foot nice and locked in, which is also good from a stability point of view. Stops you rolling those ankles either medially or laterally. All in all, Mach X2, I think it's a fabulous shoe, to be honest. It's a complete all-rounder. I mean, you could literally just buy this shoe and that would serve you well for your marathon block and marathon. You know, this would be a great all-round shoe to use. And I know a lot of us like me are a little bit addicted to buying running shoes, but it costs so much money that if you're looking to do it on budget, splash out for a pair of Hoka Mach X2s and just use these shoes. Because I tell you something, even at slower paces, they aren't half bad, this shoe, and they give you that nice protection, that nice cushion, max cushion shoe. But you can go quick in them, you can do your tempo work in them, intervals and racing. I know a mate of mine recently did the Amsterdam Marathon in them and got a very creditable 3 hours 20 something and said they performed really well. I think it was a PB actually. And you don't always need carbon races to run these marathons and half marathons. Something like this with the, you know, the PIBA EVA blend and nylon plate is just as good in many ways, and far more durable and versatile than most carbon races. So Hoka Mach X2, it came number 3 in my shoe of the year, behind the Nova Blast 5 and the Hoka Cielo X1. Look at these crazy ice skating. Let's hope it doesn't break. Not to be done at home, but then they'll learn the hard way. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so shoes wise, perfect for this kind of run, grippy enough for the woodland trails, responsive enough to pick up the pace when I want to go a little bit faster, but comfortable enough to go and do the slow miles as well. Because I didn't push it yesterday, because it was an unofficial park run, which, did I tell you I actually won? I might not have mentioned that. I did win the unofficial Burgess Park Run. Anyone wants to take issue with me about that, put it in the comments. I'm just joking. What I do want you to put in the comments is if you've used the Mach X2 or are interested in the shoe, if you've got any questions or if you've got any observations. Those that have had the heel issue, tell me about how it felt, you know, the bad lockdown and the heel rubbing. And you know, there's a new version of this shoe coming out where they're going to change all of that, which is great, and look forward to that because it could make this shoe amazing. Don't know what they're going to call it, because it's really just an upper change, maybe the Mach X3, but really it's a 2.5 change. As far as I'm aware, it's just an upper change, which is all this shoe really needs, really, to cater for those that have that issue. Personally, I quite like this upper. I don't get much heel slippage. The heel doesn't rub at all. It's got lack of a heel counter, so it doesn't aggravate my Achilles. And all in all, I feel like it's a pretty good upper for me. It's very racy upper in one of these kind of daily trainer, max cushion daily trainers, considering that's its main use case. It's quite a racy upper. This is why I can see people taking this on races. So yeah, really nice feel to this shoe, nice and bouncy, good for exactly this type of run actually, where I'm going at a sort of medium pace, but every now and then I want to speed things up a little bit. So hope you've enjoyed the video today. You've seen Hadley Wood, Trent Park and Oak Hill Park. Oak Hill's where I do the park run, this one. It's nice open park, this one. Not so many trees, woodlands. If you like the woods, then definitely Hadley and Trent Park would be a better bet to come and visit if you come up to North London. Trent Park is right next to Cockfosters Tube, and Hadley Wood, you can either get the Northern Line all the way up to High Barnet and walk, or you could get the train that I think you can connect to via Finsbury Park and maybe even King's Cross sometimes, and you can get the train up to Hadley Wood and go and visit those woods. You can take your running shoes and do what me and my mate did, Sarhan, today, which was lovely actually. The weather's not quite as nice now, but you can't have it all, can you? Still cold, not as cold though, it's definitely warming up a bit at the moment. So that's all from me now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to put in your favourite film, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Hi everyone, it's Ed from Runnable, and I have with me today one of my favourite shoes of the year, the Hoka Mach X2. I always say Max, it's Mach X2. So I took this shoe with me and a friend of mine who had the Boston 12s on actually, and we went for some winter wonderland running through the woods. So we went to Hadley Wood, up in North London near, if you know Barnet in London, it's not far from High Barnet, Hadley Woods, Hadley Common, through the woods, and then we came out on Cockfosters Road and went into Trent Park, did a circuit of Trent Park, and then we went all the way back through East Barnet to New Barnet, back to the Pure Gym there, where we did a little stretch. And I took these shoes, and it was those kind of conditions where it was very skiddy. There's lots of ice, lots of frost. We went through woodlands, so there was lots of tree roots, very skiddy tree roots, leaves that had been frosted over, so they were really, it could be really, really skiddy actually, parts of that. Little streams that had iced over, so sheer blocks of ice to run across. And these did remarkably well actually. They're a really good versatile shoe, the Mach X2. So anyone's looking for a shoe that can do it all, I would say the Mach X2 is one of the best shoes out there on the market. So this was like the end of the week for me in terms of my London Marathon training. So I done a fairly fast 5k yesterday. It wasn't a race, as you know. If you watched the video yesterday, that was called off. So I did my own park run in the Adidas Pro 4s, and I thought I'd wear something a bit different today. So I did these woodland runs in the Mach X2. And we did 10 miles, which I said I'd do somewhere between 8 and 10 miles. I did 10 miles in the end, and finishing off in my local park, Oak Hill Park, on my own, because my buddy had to go at that point. And yeah, I can safely say this shoe, every time I wear it, impresses me more and more. It's very stable. It has this dual foam here. So you've got the PIBA on the top, the bluey green colour. You've also got it that comes a bit further down on the heel, and you've got this big slab of EVA that encases the PIBA and frames it, a bit like you got with the Saucony 24, Hurricane 24. So that adds to the stability, this framing of the PIBA with EVA, so it stops it bouncing from left to right. It keeps it bouncing forward, which I think is a really good technology. I think Saucony call this their centre path technology, so obviously Hoka are using something similar here. This shoe has got a very nice engineered mesh upper, very racy actually, considering how versatile, and this is effectively a max cushion daily trainer. You've got a max stack height in the heel of about 43, and you've got somewhere around, I think around the 6mm drop in total. So you've got quite a decent amount of cushioning in the forefoot, which is what I like actually. So all in all, fantastic, versatile shoe. I don't get any of the lockdown issues that a lot of you get. So for me, this heel works. I know it's quite flexible, works fine. The padding around the collar works fine. This area that's causing so many issues here, I'm at the back here, I'm not having any problems with. There's a bit that sticks out a little bit. You can't really see it, to be honest. I'm not having any issues with that with my, nearly dropped it, with my heel. So all in all, absolutely loved this shoe. The grip's pretty good. There was only one point towards the end of the run where I was going up some concrete, did it slip slightly throughout the whole of the run, through all the woodland, through all the slippy streams that had frozen over. I had no issue whatsoever in this shoe. It was a really good shoe to do my 10 miler today. You can pick up the tempo in it. So at points we thought, we actually pushed it a little bit today, and this absolutely flies. It's actually quite a similar shoe to the Boston 12 in many ways. I prefer it. It fits me better, and I also just think it's a little bit more softer and bouncier than the Boston 12. But the Boston 12 itself is a very good shoe. So yeah, please put in the comments if you own this shoe or even the Boston 12, what you think of them. I personally think of all the shoes that I've got, this and the Cielo, both Hoka shoes, are probably the two shoes that I would pick if I had to just pick one shoe to do everything. I think this and the Cielo. This would work slightly better at the slower paces than the Cielo, and the Cielo is obviously a bit more of a racing shoe than this one. But both of these shoes, I think I would pick. The only shoe that would come close, really, I'm probably forgetting a few here, but it would probably be the Super Blast, as you might expect. That's another shoe that can do pretty much everything. The Balos is a pretty good shoe as well. There's a few of them, but this one and the Cielo, I think if I could only have one shoe, I think it would be a toss-up between those two. In terms of the feel of this shoe on the run, like I said, you've got this nylon plate. You can just about see it there. There you go. Yeah. It gives it that nice little flexibility and stability because it's winged. I don't engage the plate a hell of a lot in this shoe, I have to say. I know it's there, I can feel it there, but it's not like it really springs me. I think it's more the PIBA foam that does that. It's very soft. You can see here, I'm pushing the PIBA in. It's a lot softer than the harder EVA that's below it. The EVA again acts as a stabilizing agent. So if this was all PIBA, it might be a lot more, it would be a lot more unstable, this shoe. Although it'd be interesting to see if they would put more of this PIBA in and less of the EVA and see, how much they could push the boundaries with this shoe. But as it is, it's a really fun shoe to run in. Nice spring, but firm enough to feel stable and firm enough to actually feel like you can hit the ground hard with this shoe and you're not going to cause yourself any issues. So I'm not going to go into too much today. It was the last run of my week. I like to do on the Sundays. Normally I've done a hard race the day before. It might only be a 5K, but I've really pushed it. Today I had a bit more energy because I didn't push it quite as much, and also because I think the Adidas Pro 4 is actually protected and cushioned me really well. So, I would normally do somewhere between 8 and 10 miles on a Sunday because of that racing on the Saturday. Sometimes if I got a race on the Sunday, I'll switch it around a little bit. But that's the end of my marathon training for week 1. I'll later on, maybe in tomorrow's video, I'll put a screenshot of what I achieved during the week, so you can get some idea of the mileage that I did for last week. And we'll start all over again week 2. We'll vary it up with the shoes. We'll vary it up with where I run. It's going to be an early run again, probably quite dark. But the main thing is we keep going. In the base training, it's all about building this fitness, this aerobic fitness, building up our endurance, really getting ready for the next phase, which is the support phase, where we start to up the tempo a little bit, do more workouts, and then the final phase, of course, is the specific training, where we do things like the glycogen depletion runs, the double runs. We might do some real major hill work and downhills, just to kind of get ourselves really, really specifically ready for that marathon, which we've got in April, which is the London Marathon. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Excellent shoe, highly recommend it. Just try it on first, take it to a treadmill, make sure you're not getting any of these heel rubbing lockdown issues. If you're not, then absolute superb shoe. If you are, the new version of the shoe is coming out this year. Can't remember exactly when. Think it's April or May time. You might want to wait for that, but I would definitely think about picking this shoe up, in the spring, because the new version of this, because it is an amazing shoe. Even if it's just an upper change, it will be worth it. Anyway, that's all for me from now. Thanks for all your support. Please put any questions you have in the comments about the shoe or marathon training or where I ran today. Also, if you've got a favorite film, put it in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.